people hung around.
Nope.
Only the interested few.
We're ready.
Yeah.
They're
Ready.
ready. Go ahead.
Okay, I understand we're now streaming live, and we're back on the record in the regular session of the November 5th Public Service Commission meeting. We went into executive session to discuss the Rule 56, Regulation 56 matter, which is presently pending in Superior Court. This matter, and we've also received a letter of November 5th from Delaware Scott to Judge Wharton indicating that they're going to get in contact with the Public Service Commission, and they're hopefully going to request a stay of the court's actions till we can resolve this matter in a legislative fashion. I pointed out, or I would point out, that this matter, this Regulation 56, has been ongoing since June 29th, 2006. It's been to the Superior Court once when this commission tried to give all of the responsibilities to DNREC that DNREC presently wants at this time. And the court overruled that and sent it back to us. And now we've made a ruling which bifurcated the tasks, and now DNREC is not happy with that decision, so they've made that appeal, and so they're presently appealing. We have taken the benefit of the judiciary system, and we've asked the judge to make a quick ruling because of the deadlines we have with respect to our rules and regulations. So the judge, to his great credit, has orally agreed that he would make a decision in a prompt fashion very close to November 13th of this year. Then obviously the rest of the litigation would be ongoing if the ruling was in favor of DNREC. The Public Service Commission has absolutely no problem with the administration's legislation or what the administration wants to do with respect to how this Regulation 56 should end up. We're 1,000% supportive of the administration with respect to its legislative agenda. However, we are an independent organization, and we make our decisions independent of the administration and other outside entities or individuals. And after long discussion and much anguish and perhaps heated moments, even though we recognize that, what's been ongoing has been detrimental to the relationship between DNREC and Public Service Commission, our actions are purely based upon our independent judgment and what we think is in the best interest of our consumers here in Delaware. And there are quite a few issues, Mr. Slater, the issue about retroactive rate making and other issues raise their head. There's no guarantee whatsoever, even if all of us go into the legislature and with the DNREC, which I would propose we would do, I would 1,000% support the legislation proposed by the administration and try my best, as this office will and as DNREC will, to get legislation passed. But there's no guarantees with the legislature. As a matter of fact, that's one reason why DNREC hasn't gone there in the past, because they're a little bit afraid about what the legislature might do. So the bottom line is, as far as I'm concerned, and I'm going to make a motion and see how everyone else feels, that we should not slow the train down. It's been chugging along year after year after year. We need to resolve this. We need to put the pressure on everyone and get it resolved. So I move that we have our counsel inform Judge Wharton that we do not concur with anything within the confines of the November 5th, 2019 letter, that we want the court to carry on in its decision-making process. And then separately, I would ask that the executive director communicate with the administration, indicating that the Public Service Commission staff has no opposition to the legislation that's going to be proposed. In fact, we will support that in Legislative Hall in the next legislative session. And last but not least, We regret that this dispute has been ongoing. We hope that the DENRAC people and that the administration understand that we're merely utilizing our independent judgment, and we think that we see this issue pretty clearly. We think we have the right resolution, and that we will continue the litigation, but we will continue to cooperate with respect to legislative initiative.
Mr. Chair, in the interest of fulfilling our statutory responsibilities as a commission, I second your motion.
Is there any more discussion or is there any discussion with respect to the motion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Anybody abstaining? The motion carries unanimously.
Thank you, Commissioner.
We are adjourned.